Great Britain has a collection of varied landscapes and countryside to rival anywhere else in the world.
And the best way to see it is to walk.
And we are here to provide some ideas and inspiration. We are the team at Walks Around Britain, and we've been discovering some of the most interesting and varied short walks, from the Highlands of Scotland to the Channel Islands. We've been there discovering the best walking Britain has to offer. If you thought walking was just about mountains, then think again. We've got walks in the countryside, along water and the coast, through woodlands and forests, up fells and hills, around historic buildings and our industrial past, and not forgetting walks through our towns and cities. Walks to do by yourself, in a group, or with your family, be they the human or canine kind. Along the way, we'll be telling fascinating stories about the landscape, its people, and its history. It's all designed to get you out and inspired to experience it for yourselves. Welcome to Walks Around Britain.
Hello, and you're very welcome to another edition of Walks Around Britain. Now on today's programme, Olivia, Alana and myself fly to the Channel Island of Jersey for two great short walks.
Jersey is situated in the English Channel, some 100 miles from the south of England, and only 14 miles from France. We're flying from our local airport of Doncaster Sheffield Airport, which is connected to the national rail network with a frequent bus service which stops right outside the terminal. Several operators fly to the island, and we're flying with Flybe, with flight times around 1 hour 15 minutes from Doncaster. There's a range of accommodation on the island, and we're staying at the Merton Hotel, which is within walking distance of the capital, St Helier. So this walk is along part of the North Coast Path, starting at Greve de Lec and finishing at Devil's Hole. It's a walk of around 3 miles, but might seem longer with all the rise and falls on cliff path walking. I'm allowing around 4 hours to do the walk with the variety of leg sizes in my family, but probably 2.5 hours would be fine for most. We've caught the number 9 bus to Greve de Lec, and the walk starts right from the bus stop. Because of its location, Jersey has always been vulnerable to attack during the time France was a hostile neighbour. The sheltered bay at Greve de Lec had already been under attack in 1779, and in 1810 this barracks was constructed to defend against the threat of Napoleonic invasion. Today it is the only surviving barracks left on the north coast of the island, and you can discover what life would have been like for the troops stationed here, as the buildings are now owned by the National Trust Jersey. Because Jersey sits like a wedge in the sea, the north coast is pretty much all cliffs, so we've got some climbing to do. Here's a tip about clothing for little people.
You do that, look, you've got legs then.
Walking trousers with zip-off legs are excellent for when they suddenly decide that they are too warm.
Hey!
Instant shorts.
Well, you have to take your shoes off. Oh no!
With live sorted on the leg temperature front, off we go again. If you're interested in archaeological history, then Jersey has something for you around every corner. This is one of the best preserved defensive earthworks in Jersey, and is a prehistoric monument of outstanding importance. The original defensive earthworks are of Iron Age origins from around 800 BC, with an 18th century fort on the far side. Various maps showing the coastal path are available, but it is well signposted along the way. Here's where we head towards the coastline, and a well-positioned bench is a perfect spot for a sandwich and a break for little legs. And what a view! Refueled, and we're off again. With this being a cliff path, some of the climbs require a little care with loose rocks, but it's nothing a 7-year-old couldn't handle. You can't help but feel epic in this beautiful landscape. Most of the north coast of the island is made up with this gnarled, rocky cliff coastline, surrounded by Mediterranean-looking waters. Just when you think you know this coast path, there are the odd little surprises.
Oh, wow.
Stout walking boots are a good idea when tackling a coast path such as this, and there are plenty of quality but inexpensive boots for children these days. See our website for more information. Olivia is flagging a bit now, and some encouragement is needed to fire up her motivation again.
Ready? Run!
Run! Run! You're not running! You're straight, Dad!
After some stunning cliff-top walking, we're approaching the end of the walk, a Devil's Hole. And Olivia's enthusiasm has taken hold. The Devil's Hole is a natural crater in the cliffs of the mainland. Once a cave, the blowhole gradually eroded the roof until it collapsed, forming the crater. And this walkway is the only way to get to it now. Around the back of the rock, and this viewing platform provides the best vantage point for not just the hole, but the surrounding coastline. The name Devil's Hole is thought to have come from a wreck of a French boat in 1851, when its figurehead was pushed into the hole by the tide, and a local sculptor transformed it into a devil. With the tide out, it's difficult to imagine it being a place of such natural force and power. So now it's back to St Helier on the number 27 bus.
Well, some great views there on the north coast of Jersey. And after the break, we go to the other side of the island for a walk which includes a great lighthouse. Welcome back to our Jersey special, and now we're going to the southwest point for a walk which involves some stunning views and a lighthouse.
So we've travelled to Jersey from our local airport of Doncaster Sheffield Airport, flying with Flybe and staying just outside St Helier at the Merton Hotel. This walk is a 25-minute drive from the Merton Hotel, along the A1 and A13 roads. Parking at one of the car parking spaces off the road, we venture down to the lighthouse, back along the coast before journeying back to the car park along an old railway line. It's a walk of 2.5 miles and should take around 3 hours with our little legs. So, leaving the car at one of the several car parks in the area, we're heading down the path towards the lighthouse. The violent seas and the craggy rocks in this part of the island have caused many a shipwreck and claimed many lives over the years. But it wasn't until 1873 when the Corbiere lighthouse was built. It was the first reinforced concrete lighthouse in the British Isles and was designed by the marine architect Sir John Coode. The light was originally powered by paraffin until the 1960s, when it was switched to electricity. Today, the beam is visible some 18 nautical miles out to sea. At low tide, it is possible to walk across to the lighthouse, and guided tours are available to be booked as well. We'll save that experience for another time. Olivia has found a monument to the rescue of all of the passengers of a Channel Islands ferry which struck a rock in April 1995. The Channel Islands were the only part of the British Isles to be occupied by the Germans during World War II, and evidence of their time on Jersey is all around. There are 2 of these bunkers next door to each other, designed to defend both sides of the peninsula. And this one, M19, a fortress mortar and heavy machine gun bunker, is now a museum run by the Channel Islands Occupation Society. And just over the way is another World War II German building. This is Tower MP2, one of 3 built on Jersey, and they were built to a design unique to the Channel Islands. It was originally designed with a small cabin at the top of the tower for radio direction finding equipment, that allowed German naval vessels to find their bearings. The panoramic glass-panelled control room at the top of the tower was added in 1976 by the States of Jersey Harbours and Airport Committee, so duty officers could monitor radio communications for vessels using the English Channel. It is now holiday accommodation, which provides 6 floors and sleeping for up to 6. This whole area is designated a site of special interest. And with views like this, it's not hard to see why. As with the cliff path on the north of the island, there are a fair few rise and falls on this walk, all good to get the heart pumping. And there are way markers along the route for little ones to discover. Not everyone is taking it as steady as we are. Be careful here as the walk heads down this old railway track. It's believed this pre-war narrow gauge line was used to carry the dynamite from the stone building at the bottom to the old quarry at the top of the cliff. This whole area supports over 116 different plant species, including many which are rare in Britain. The remains of the old quarry are clear to see. Now we're heading inland, and here we need to cross over the main road, so take care here. Despite its size, Jersey had 2 railways by the late 1800s, both with termini at St Helier. Jersey Railways operated to the west and opened in 1870. It didn't last too long and was closed in 1935, leaving a perfect walking and cycling route to and from the west of the island. part of the Cycle Route 1, a 40-mile bike ride around the whole coast. This building used to be the original station house, the end of the line. And it's the end of the line for our walk too, as the car park is just down the road.
So 2 great family-friendly walks there on Jersey. And if you want more information about going walking on Jersey, you can find it on our website, walksaroundbritain.co.uk. And if you've got some videos or photographs that you want to share of your walking adventures, you can do that on our social media channels. The addresses are on screen now. So until next time, thanks for watching and happy walking.